Hey guys, it's Lucy and Kelly here and welcome to another episode of Life is Sweet. Today we are going to be answering all the questions that you guys have been asking us on Twitter. So let's get to it. So our first question comes from @WeirdyBirdieDMC and he asks,
That's a cute name, by the way,
up to nowadays?
Sorry, what are we up to nowadays? And well, we are back working with children at a daycare that's just a 5-minute walk from where we live, which we absolutely adore. And that's one of our favourite things in the world to do. I look after babies every day.
I have 3 and 4-year-olds, preschoolers, so keeps us on our toes, but it's fun. We wouldn't change it. And apart from that, we also do some vlogging. Next 3 questions are from @DT_Hanma. Hi David. He asks, who would play us in a movie?
Oh, I know this one. I would absolutely love Hilary Duff, nobody else, because I adore
She's
her.
obsessed.
I'm obsessed, slightly obsessed. So yes, Hilary Duff for me, hands down. She's just awesome.
See, this is tricky because it's a choice of people who I love. So I'm like Yvonne Strahovski, but then I'm like, please, I don't know if that happens. But I do like, and obviously because you think Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, and we love them. But maybe Elizabeth Olsen, because recently watching her, I think she could maybe play me, or Emma Watson. I adore Emma Watson.
Any of them could play you
because
they're
I know.
awesome actors.
Okay, well I love Emma Watson, or Alexis Bledel. So okay, well that kind of answers that one for you. Okay, and he also asks, what superpower would we choose? This one's easy for me.
Yeah, and I'm probably thinking the same.
Ever since we were little, we've always wanted to fly. Either fly just like Superman, or if I have a magic Hoover that I can jump out my bedroom window like Sabrina, that's fine too. Not picky, just want to be able to fly.
Hey, I think we said before, like we've mentioned a couple of times, we used to have our own Superman capes with our brother when we were little. So yeah, flying has always been the dream. Yeah. And with now being 4,000 miles away from our family, if we didn't have to go on a plane and we could just fly.
That would be good.
Yes, please.
Okay, and last one from him at the moment, favourite holiday?
Christmas.
Yes, Christmas hands down. We absolutely love that time of year, like everything. And we get so excited. I even used sequins at work the other day, and because they reminded me of Christmas, I don't know if I was more excited or the kids were, but I think it was me.
Yeah, we love Christmas just from the build up to it, I think we have a lot of good memories surrounded by like just childhood, but also with the jobs that we did with children, we would love that time of year for just creative stuff and artwork, and it always just made you feel good and made you happy.
And one of the things we love the most is not even like Christmas Day, yes, because we have a big family meal and everything like that, but our Christmas tree. Like back home, we have a Christmas tree that we've probably had since we were either, I want to say 2 or 3. And every year now, at 27 years old, our dad says to us, we have to get like a pretty tree and it has to be like colourful and all like, you know.
Well, themed. Yeah, like maybe like a white and
gold.
Because
our tree is not themed. It has to stand on a table because it's quite small. And it has all these old ornaments that we've had since we were 2 and 3.
Very random and colourful.
Every year, as soon as we put that up, it's just like we can dance around it, we can sing Christmas songs, and we just absolutely adore it. So that is another thing.
I will say, sorry, Kenneth, but I will say, ever since we came to America, I guess it's like Thanksgiving, but because Christmas is like winter, I guess, but fall, no, I know, but it's not a holiday, but fall, when it gets to that time of year in America, we've just really grown to love like the coziness of it, the fireplaces, the jumpers, sweaters. We just love that time of year.
Next question, @Paddock_Bear asks, have we ever been to Australia?
Ooh. No, we've never been to Australia, but we do have family in Australia.
Recently, Arlie Vyers, who was at OVW, he has recently moved and got married to a wonderful lady who lives there too. So maybe one day it'll be on the list to go.
It looks like a beautiful place, but we will say, and sound awful, we are terrified. We have seen pictures when one year my friend went and they came back with pictures, and I was looking through this scrapbook and I thought it was a fake spider. There's a reason. There's this spider on their apartment wall that was, no kidding, probably bigger than my hand, and it was absolutely terrifying, and I went, is that fake? And she goes, no, that's real. That was outside our apartment.
I would not leave the apartment.
And if there's one thing we are terrified of, it is spiders. So when you hear kind of stories about black widows and huge spiders, it kind of puts us off a little bit. It looks like a beautiful place.
Next question, this is an exciting one. @Swindon Forever asks, what's your favourite cheese?
Okay, so you know we are big foodies, and actually we love cheese. It's like, how much cheese is too much cheese? Any amount of cheese is too much cheese. Sorry, scene, Charlie, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That always makes me laugh. It will never fail to make me laugh because I say that to my husband if we're having cheese pizza, if I'm sitting there chopping up pieces of brie. It's like we can't look at each other without saying, how much cheese is too much cheese?
I would say,
Sorry.
I would say maybe Parmesan cheese because it's Italian and we have it a lot at our Nana and Grandad's.
Well, Kelly has it a lot at our Nana and Grandad's.
Yeah, sure.
That's one thing. Well, there's a few food things that we both differ in taste, and that is
mostly includes me liking the food and her not. I'm not very picky.
No, I don't like Parmesan. My cheese, and the thing is with this one, is it is something that will make me so happy that it's kind of crazy. Because when we were in Italy, I remember going to one of the stores just around the corner from where our auntie lives, and there was this like round thing of cheese that looked like a snowman, and I think it was provolone, but there's a few different flavors and like tastes of provolone which I didn't know originally, so I'm constantly asking my Nana, what is that cheese? And they will send parcels from Italy every now and again to Nana's house, and she knows the minute she gets that cheese she has to put it away for me because it is my favourite hands down. So I think it's a form of provolone cheese.
Okay.
Sure.
I just thought of a different one because you said Italy. When we were kids, and I think you can still get them now, I don't know about here, but we used to get, and I don't know where our mum got it from, I think you can get it in supermarkets back home. It's a little like spreadable cheese, and it's got a gold wrapper, and it comes in a green see-through tub, and there's two. And it's a gold wrapper with a green label with the Italian outline of Italy on it, and it's spreadable. And we used to have that all the time with apples. Like our Nana would cut apples and we'd spread it on apples. And now thinking about it, that is probably my favourite cheese. I can literally see that in a shop and go, oh my god, cheese! Like you can't help it. It's just, it makes you excited because that is childhood in a little round cheesy bite. So yes.
Yeah.
That was a good
I'd probably
question.
say that one too, but still my provolone because, well, if it's provolone, I really have to look that up, and next time I go to Italy, I will write that down.
Okay.
Good question.
I like that question. Cheese. I like cheese.
We love cheese, apparently.
Okay, next question is kind of a follow-on from that one in a way. At Philip Bryant 180 asks, what is your favourite food? Now, we are terrible at picking favourite things. If you ask a favourite cookie, favourite cake, anything like that, it's kind of like, all of it? I don't know if we can say that, but all of it, because we can say Italian food, but then sometimes it's like, no, it's our Nana and Grandad's Italian food, because we can go to Italian restaurants and we get spices and herbs that we're like,
that's not Italian.
It's not the same. So anything we get from our Nana and Grandad's house is like our favourite.
They make the best breaded chicken, the best
gnocchi,
mussels with breadcrumbs,
pasta with tomato sauce.
And then we just go there and we eat biscotti and amaretti.
Just so you know how we grow up, it's like our Nana, when we were at home for a year, our Nana, we were at our school round the corner, get me sentence out, teaching, and every lunchtime, if possible, we would go to our Nana and Grandad's house. When we were both working there together, we would sit and eat a mozzarella ball like about this big, and we would sit and share it and eat. Well, on 2 of the days out of the week, we weren't there together, we were on our own, and we would sit at the table and our Nana would put the piece of mozzarella in front of us and go, come on, eat. And we're looking at her going, Nana, that's a whole bowl of mozzarella. And she's like, yes, eat it. And I'm going, Nana, Lucy isn't here. I can't eat a whole bowl of mozzarella. But she would expect that. So
there's probably been more on one occasion as well where I have actually ate the bowl of mozzarella.
But they are just our everything and food, just anything they make that we can look at.
Artichokes, ketchup.
Oh, yes.
Ketchup. We get sent from Italy bottles, like cola bottles, stuffed with the small artichokes, like the heart of an artichoke.
In the vinegar.
And you can buy them in the stores in brine and in vinegar and different things. They do not taste anything like, they are no comparison to what they send over from Italy, like what our family send over from Italy. And I swear they grow them as well themselves, but it is the most delicious food on the planet. And then our granddad will get the big ketchup, like artichoke, and he will stuff it and make, like, however he stuffs it, the thing that he stuffs it with is just so good and so tasty, and we will sit there and just eat the whole entire artichoke.
I love all that. Anything Italian, because we love Pandoro cakes. If you ever get Pandoro cakes at Christmas time, they're in Tesco. We can go into Tesco and get so excited the minute we see them on the shelves. We walk into our Nana and Grandad's living room and there's piles and piles of them for gifts and just everything. They used to own a restaurant. Before we were born, they closed the restaurant, but they had it for 18 years in Stockport, like Heaton Moor, where we live. And to go back and relive just their restaurant, they would give these Pandoro cakes to regular customers and stuff, and
like
just
heaven.
I just
Like a drug, you open that box and it's like
but everything Italian is like that, and we are so lucky because it is like 6 days and we get to go and see them, and we will just walk into the house, sit down at the table and go, feed me.
So to answer your question, Italian food.
Most
Nana and
specifically,
Grandad's
yes.
food.
Nana and Grandad's food. Next question. Okay, these 3 questions are from Rebecca Raisin, and you can find her on Twitter at Jax and Will's mum. We absolutely love her. Her new book comes out soon. I'm plugging all these things because you just have to go and find her because we love her.
Yes, and if you watched one of our, I can't remember the number of the episode, but we will link it below. We did a book review on her trilogy of the Gingerbread Cafe, and we did some recipes, and it's one of our favourite books. We absolutely adore it, and you can go and find it on Kindle, and we will link all that stuff below. And she asked us some questions, so here we go.
Number 1. What's our favourite way to spend a Sunday?
Okay, go on.
Okay, no, I'd say we like to do a lot on the weekend, especially since starting our childcare jobs again, because the week's so full on that even at the weekend you feel like you have to cram everything in, and your brain, I wake up at 7 a.m. still going, why am I up at this time on a weekend? But it's just because there's so many things I want to get done on the weekend that I know I'm not going to be able to do during the week. So Saturday is kind of like our day to go, okay, what do we need to get done? And then Sunday, I don't mind a bit of cleaning. If I have to do like cleaning on a Sunday, it can be like just chill out, do it when I'm ready. But just, I don't know, coffee, relaxing, reading a book.
We do like prepping like the blog sometimes. Like if we have a few blogs that we want to get up, like I'll wake up in the morning, usually 6:30, or every day I wake up at 5:30, so on the weekends it's still kind of like my brain switched on to 5:30, and I will tell myself stay in bed a little bit longer. But like this morning it was up at 6:30, and I usually put the coffee on and then come and sit in my little desk area and write, whether I'm working on the blog or maybe like some books, or I'll curl up and read. The rest of the days usually I try and grab my husband and go, let's go and do something. So just whether it's shopping, shopping, or just kind of listening to him play music. Or,
and there's rarely a day that we're not hanging out with each other either, which sometimes it's like, okay, I should go downstairs and just stay in my apartment. But, because for those of you who don't know, I literally live downstairs. It's like, not only did I move back from Florida, I live downstairs. So yeah, I'm up here all the time, and we just chill. It's nice to just chill.
It's family time.
Yeah, family time.
Like, even though, like Kelly said, we spend every waking minute when we're not working together, much to our husband's delight. Yeah, I think it's just when we can all have a dinner together, when we can all chill out and watch movies, wrestling, go shopping, just wander, chill. Just kind of do everything at your own pace. It's a perfect Sunday.
Okay, then
coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Lots of coffee.
The next question Rebecca Raisin asked was, what is a typical wrestling day like? Like, when did we arrive to the building, time of the show and everything, and so for typical wrestling day.
Well, for this one we have to obviously kind of rewind, because for those of you who may not know, we stopped wrestling 1.5 years ago now, going on 2 years. So a typical wrestling day, I'll kind of take it back to a Wednesday when we had OVW television, Ohio Valley Wrestling Television. A typical day would be,
because back then too, side note, back then we didn't have jobs to distract us during the day because we couldn't work here in America. So we would just go into OVW training and doing the shows.
Yes. So back to the Wednesday, it would be usual routine of get up in the morning, maybe get a little workout in, well, usually get a workout in, and just kind of hang out and kind of prepare. And we used to try and get to the venue maybe 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, probably a bit earlier.
And sometimes even we'd kind of do our makeup before we got to the venue, because then we could just focus on the wrestling.
Well, end of the wrestling day would be the shows maybe finish around 9:30, 10, especially at OVW, and it would usually be, I don't want to go home and cook. So when we first came to America, it was a lot of like IHOP or just places that were open really late, and we got so used to that wrestling lifestyle, eating on the road. If we just didn't feel like coming home and going, right, it's 10 o'clock at night, we have to cook.
But it was different obviously by the time you got to TNA, and especially when we were working with boot camp, you were on the road with a bunch of people, and you had to, if we were traveling from a tour, one place, London to Manchester, you'd be on the tour bus, you'd be on everybody else's routine, so you'd be up bright and early, get a workout in, make sure you were eating your food, and had everything prepped.
So the last question we're going to answer for part 1, we're going to put the rest of the questions up next week. So the last one we're going to answer.
This has probably gone on long enough, and you're all probably like, oh my god, stop talking.
So the one we are going to answer now is, do you think you should take up acting? I do. And that's again from Rebecca Raisin.
She's the sweetest person ever. Can we just say that we absolutely adore her? Absolutely.
Acting.
I say that word so many times.
I don't know, that's a hard one because we don't have the best emotional range. I always think of we have the emotional range.
No, not so much that we don't have the emotional
Well,
range. It's that when the camera gets switched on, we like admire actors so much for how the minute you can say go, it's that they just can do all that emotion, get into that character, and because through wrestling we did find that very hard when we used to have to cut promos or there was certain
it was easier
scenes,
to physically do the wrestling and zone in.
Yeah, it was a tricky one that we had to learn through wrestling.
But we will say this. We will save ourselves for any important person listening, Zachary Levi. If and when there is a Chuck movie and you need a pair of twins, stunts, we can do our own stunts.
Oh yes, we'll do our own stunts.
We will be in the Chuck movie. You just have to ask. We will say yes.
You don't even have to ask it.
You just have to know. You just have to.
If they ever need extras for that movie.
Know. Oh, that is what that can be our acting debut for all the people who may want to see us in a movie if you do. But that would be the probably biggest thing ever.
No, on a serious note, if just the opportunity.
I'm being serious.
No.
I am being serious.
On a serious note, as far as like opportunity wise, we love trying new things, and we're always trying to express ourselves differently and kind of learn. We love learning new things, and to be on set, like I think the one thing that appeals to us about acting is in wrestling, you had one chance. You go out there in the match and you wrestle, and whether you get the crowd into it or you don't, or whether something goes wrong, you don't have retake. No. So the one thing we do like about acting is the sense of you can do something until you get it right, if that makes sense, because we're those kind of people. Like if something's not perfect, like a wrestling match, it will eat us up inside, and you'll be playing it over and over and over and over again, and it's hard. It's something that you have to really learn to be able to cope with. Yeah. And then your next match, you do it better. So the one thing that kind of always does appeal to us about acting is the idea of being able to go, no, I didn't do that as good as I felt I could do it. Let's keep going. Because we did start learning that through promos. It's like once you've done it, and then you'd always feel like you suddenly relaxed and you had the confidence and you wanted to do it again. And sometimes you could. Sometimes you couldn't because it had to go, like it was always, everything was always moving. Yeah, so we love learning, and it would be a great experience. The idea to be able to go on set one day, Chuck movie, and if they ever need extras for the Chuck movie, we can't stress that enough. We can't stress that enough. We are on board. Yes, we would. I would try aim for an Oscar if I had to do the Chuck movie.
We will be evil twins. We will be nice twins. We will attempt American twins. Don't know if we can. We will see.
Our little sister. Side note. Hi, Jen. Our little sister is absolutely fantastic at accents, and she's one as well that you put her in front of a camera and it's no go. But one day we will try. And maybe we'll get her for the Chuck. One day we will get her for the Chuck movie too, because just like Zachary Levi, we're all on board with this. We're all signing up for the Chuck movie, by the way. But if our accents, she has us in stitches when she's doing Liverpudlian accents, when she's doing she can do the Italian. We speak Italian and it's very English Italian. Jen speaks it and she sounds Italian.
She's the only one out of the four of us who actually can roll her R's and do all that kind of thing. We're not so much.
Random thing.
There you have it, Chuck movie.
We're on board.
We're here.
So anybody listening, there needs to be a Chuck movie.
Yes. Also that would help. Yeah. For our acting debut, we need that to happen. So there you have it for part one. Like we said, we'll answer the rest of the questions next week when we're in jolly old England. Yay! And we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you followed our ramblings and could keep up. And we've really enjoyed it, so thank you for sending in your questions.
Thank you so much for kind of being on board with that and wanting to hear us ramble and talk.
If you have any more questions, comment below, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. But until next time, keep smiling.
Bye.